What's up, Fantasy Dreams? This is your commissioner trying to give you guys your first tutorial. We'll see how this goes. I had my 11-year-old son and my 10-year-old daughter try to explain to me how to do this, like just get it started to record and to set up a capture to where I can just show this website while I'm doing it. And so it should, so I'll do my best. I'm obviously getting old. These kids nowadays are funny, man. It was too easy for them to show me, but once I started doing it, I realized like this is going to be pretty hard for me to do. But hopefully it all works out and we can get through a little bit of the website to start. Um, First thing is talking about the MFL site. It's it's myfantasyleague.com, and the reason I started doing it in 2019 is that's when I started Fantasy Dreams. I always did other leagues, but they were separate leagues, and I did them on other websites, obviously, because I ran upstairs. Once I decided to go build this monster that is Fantasy Dreams, I had to find a website that could hold it. I needed like maximum customization to make it happen, and I could not find one besides MFL that could do it. Even CBS, which has a lot of customization, could not handle it. But once I got into MFL, after that original 2 days of building it and like getting the website where I needed it to be, I mean, you could ask Jason Camp. I think I wanted to throw my laptop through the wall, but I got through it, and now I love it. And now it's everything I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? It's a good website and it's good customer service too. I've had some glitches. I have to buy the Deluxe League every year because that's the only way I can get the customization to actually do this league. And the customer service is really good. I've had some glitches and I've had some things that I've messed up, and they fixed it for me right away. They're really good. Um, so first thing we're going to do is explain to you guys that everything I'm going to show you today on this website you can do on the app as well. I know a lot of you guys like to use the app, and it's a good app. I use it too when I'm out of town sometimes, and it gets the job done for sure. There's, of course, when you look at the app, it's just going to be a bunch of tiles, but everything I'm showing you right now, you can do exactly the same thing on the app. And so if you want to follow on the app slowly, if that's all you have, if you don't have a laptop or you don't like using your laptop for it, that's fine. In my opinion, the laptop is much better, uh, a much better way to browse through this fantasy league. It's a much better way to attack this website and to do the things you need to do. But the app works just fine, and you can do the exact same thing that we're going to do today. If you go to your app and if you want to follow along with this, all you would do is just go to your app, which is My Fantasy League, MFL Platinum, and you would go to, at the very beginning, of course, you have all those tiles. My tile, the one that you would need to go to, is at the very bottom in the middle. It's called League Info. So you would tap League Info, and then you would tap League Home at the very top. Once you get to there, you're basically at the same exact spot that I'm at right now. So you can do everything on the app that I'm going to do right now. The only thing is, obviously, it's formatted different because it's mobile, so it's going to be condensed a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, as long as, I think everyone's pretty used to using phones. I mean, I know people are like, oh, I'm too old to be using laptops. It's, man, trust me, man, you're using a computer in your hand. Laptops are a lot easier than using those phones for sure, just by the way they're formatted. But whatever you feel comfortable with, it does not matter. You can use both. The first thing I want you to do is go to this right-hand corner. Just follow my mouse here. If you're on PC or Mac, and if it says your name up here, you're in good shape. If it says guest, log in, that means you need to log in. It'll still say Fantasy Dreams. Guests are allowed on here. They just can't do anything, or they can't see anything. Like, they're not going to be able to see anybody's numbers or emails or anything like that. But you need to make sure that you're logged in, number one. It happens every year. It's no big deal. It's happened to me before where I go in there and I can't do anything, and I'm like, what's going on? And I go out and it shows guest log in. I mean, most of the time you'll have it automatic. If you save it to your bar, it'll automatically just go to what you need to do. The next thing is I want you to go up here to My Leagues. And of course you want to be on the right league. There's a 2019 league home and a 2020 league home, as you can see right here. And we are 2021. So I'm in the right league. You'll tell right away that you're not in the right league. You're going to see a bunch of scores and messages and all kinds of different stuff. Hold on, let me drink my double bourbon real quick. It's my last day of vacation and I need a double bourbon on ice, dudes. Okay, so we're at the main page. We did it. So far, so good. The main page, if you, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, you probably noticed this right away. I minimize everything on here. So from the 10 newest message board topics, leak chat. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm thinking about getting rid of one of them or two of them or one or the other, probably like message boards. I haven't decided yet. Week 1 head-to-head matchups. Of course, if you just hit the plus sign, it'll bring it down. There's no messages, no league chats. Shows one league mate online per Manny Brothers. That is me. Right now I'm on as an owner per Manny Brothers. I am not on as a commissioner because I'm going to show you guys my screen will look exactly like yours. Week 1 head-to-head matchups. You press that, it's going to show you every single matchup. And there is a little fun little fantasy preview if you want to go into that. It's okay. That's not really. I mean, they do show you some bars and stuff. They get pretty fancy with this thing. You can just click the home. It'll get you back to wherever you need to go. Just click home. Also down here, what a good one to look at is starting lineups. That's what I like to go look at. And it'll show everyone, once again, the scores. And if you go to the bottom of it, if you keep scrolling down, you'll see all the different starting lineups going against each other. And this is where, right here, for instance, where it says per Manny Brothers, warnings. This is where I'll get warnings on rosters. And I'll get invalid rosters because warning for me is you must select at least one tight end. Well, that warning isn't going to hurt you. You don't have to. You know what I mean? You could play with 8, but you're going to want to play with 9 probably. You know what I mean? We're trying to win, get dubs in this league, so we're not trying to take L's by not playing tight ends, but obviously I could do that. Obviously I'm not going to play him. He's in the IR now. We'll go over that a little later too, but anyways, this is where the warnings will come up. And so if you go through these, or if you go through your own rosters, you see a warning, make sure you look at that warning. For instance, here's one right here on Tacos where he just has, you must select 9 starters, 8 selected. He only has 8 selected. No big deal. He's just waiting on, I'm sure he's just waiting on that September 9th day. He's one of those sharks up there in D1. Anyways, that's one way to look at it is go through starting lineups. It's a really easy way to see everyone's starting lineup for the whole league. We're all, this league is all together. We're all one. The divisions are split up in the ways of that's who you're going to play in the year, but you're going to be able to see everybody. And the information you're going to get is on everybody. And sometimes that information can help you too. So just, keep that in your head. If you see other information in D1 or D2 and you're in D3, you could use that information to help you in your own league. So this is the main right here. Of course, league stand. So I'm going to minimize that again. I love to minimize. I might have ADD. I don't know like what the deal is. Like it helps me to minimize. You know what I mean? Not that I'm making fun of people with ADD because I seriously think I might have it, but like this seriously helps me, man. Like one at a time, like league standings. If I wanted to look at that, everyone loves to look at that, right? Well, you can minimize it. This is the big one right here, you guys. Blind bidding summary. This is everyone's balance, man. We're all at $200. Everyone gets $200 this year. And this is going to show how much money everyone spent. So there's no hiding. Everyone's going to know how much money you have. It's really going to bring a lot of strategy to everything this year. And I can't wait to start talking about it later on. 10 newest transactions. I mean, there's no transactions, obviously, because everybody's locked until September 9th, 2 a.m. So there's no transactions. When there are transactions, they're all going to be right here. And of course, I have the playoff brackets here. I thought about taking them off until later on and bringing it on, but man, I customize all these, dude. So I feel like I'm just going to leave them on there and not worry about it. And because you can just minimize it. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? And it really helps my homepage when I minimize it. So today, the biggest thing we're going to talk about is these 4 things right here. The main, my team, news, and game day. All of these things right here. And all of those things, once again, you can get on the app. The first thing we're going to go to is My Team. We're going to click on it. Once you get to My Team, to be honest with you guys, you can do pretty much everything from My Team. And I mean that. You can do pretty much everything. Now, can you get super fancy? Not really, but like you can do a lot from there. And I think like not only can you do a lot, you could basically win your league just by concentrating on My Team stuff right here. I like the news one too. We'll get to that later. And mainly for the news one, it's for free agents and stuff like that. But right now we're talking about My Team, which on the app, if you're on the app following me and you're not going to use a computer, a PC or a Mac, then what I want you to do is go to League Tabs. You'll see it right there. You'll see League Menu, League Tabs, and you'll have like right now, League Tabs, you'll have exactly you'll be seeing the main pages like I'm seeing it right now. It looks exactly, it's just formatted different because it's obviously mobile. Go to League Tabs and press it, tap it, and then you'll go to My Team. Tap My Team. And that's where we're going to go on this PC. I'm going, here it is right here, My Team, clicking it. Okay, so now we're in the same spot. If you're following me on the app and if you're having trouble following on the app because I'm doing this on PC, I'm sorry, I'll do a app tutorial or whatever I have to do to make sure you guys are all cut into, but I'm trying to go slow enough to where you guys can follow me, what I'm doing here with the app. So here we go. My Team. First thing it says is franchise setup, man. Let's click this, dude. This one's really important, actually. I just got into my D1 a little bit today. This video is going out to D3, D2, and D1. D1 got into a little bit because I clicked on this right thing over here, clicked on the mobile. So I went into franchise setup, the first one right there in My Team. So if you're on the app, go to franchise setup, tap on it, and it'll have all the same stuff. You're looking at the exact same thing. It's just basically formatted differently because it's mobile. Okay, so here we go. I went over to this right thing and I clicked mobile. Now, if my mobile looks different than your mobile, it's because I validated my number. And here's my number right here. Here's my Verizon. It's Verizon. It says the mobile phone number has been validated and will be sent leaked text messages. However, if you change it, it will need to be validated again. Everything is good on this. There's some people that have it in D2, even in D3 I noticed. But this actually comes through my phone. And yes, allow my league mates to see the mobile phone number. Yes, this is not a league where you hide your phone number. Sorry, man. And not only that, I already put yes on everybody anyways. Like, you're not going to hide in this league. This is a competitive league. People are going to want a backdoor, dude. Give you a backdoor number. I'm going to call you. Backdoor sounds weird, but like they're going to want to. Let me drink some more bourbon. They're going to want to call you about trades or whatever, or send you text messages, whatever. Well, this also actually sends you alerts, and there's no doubt, like Thursday mornings during football season, like you'll see September 9th, 2 a.m., you have all your things checked like this, there's going to be some alerts at 2 a.m. There's no doubt about it, but you just need to have it on Do Not Disturb, man. Or you're setting your alarm for 2 a.m. because you want to get the first come, first serve guys that go free. But anyways, that's for another conversation. But this is what it looks like on mobile. So, hey D1, just so you know, this is what I was talking about. Let's set a good example. Let's everyone get validated so we can all get these messages. You don't have to check every box like I do. You know what I mean? But I just check everything to make sure I'm watching everybody and make sure everything's going good. Contact info is the next one right here. It's next to mobile. Let's look at this. Contact info. There it is. Right there. It has all my info on it, all down like that. I mean, this is the way it should look. I'm telling you right now. That's the way it should look. Even has my address on there for you guys. You don't care. You guys don't have to have your address on there, but customize. Let's go to customize real quick. Here I put everyone a Pacific time zone because that's where we're actually at. And when it comes to football times, this doesn't really matter that much. Don't even worry about that. I mean, whatever. People put like pictures and stuff. This is where you would do it. You want to put a picture on your little web page or whatever. This is where you would do it. Man, to be honest with you, the main thing I want you guys to do is get your mobile and your basic stuff done, like your emails in there, and make sure that you're getting. I think in contact info it'll tell you allow my league mates to see my email. I made sure everyone was on yes. There were some people on no. Like, dudes, you can't hide your email, man. Not in a competitive league. Like, it just doesn't work that way. I have everything tapped for email, so I'm sure most people did. Most people had the things they needed. I did put new poll created, trade polls and stuff like that. A lot of people didn't have that. I went ahead and did it for them. Made sure that they, you know, when people gave them a trade proposal or there's a trade out there, if they wanted to vote on it or whatever, they can do that. And that's where I put it there. So right now, the only thing we've done, if you're following on the app, it's got into franchise setup on my team, and we've gone into mobile, and we've got into contact info. So that's what we've got into. Not a big deal. We're going to head back to home again. Click on home. There it is. If you're in the app, same thing. You can just go back, or you can go to league. Actually, what do you do on this app, man? Oh, here we go. Yeah, you just go back to league info, league home again. So go back to, so it'll be on the top left, it'll say league info with an arrow. You just tap that with your thumb, then tag league tabs again. Let's go to my team again. My team, clicking my team. All right. The next one is submit lineup. This is right where you can do it. This is where you're going to have your starters, man. So as you can see, here's your lineup right here. Hey, man, there's a lot of rules with these rosters, and there's a lot of rules with how many quarterbacks you're allowed to have, that. When it comes to like your starting lineup, when you're clicking your line, all you got to do is just click on one quarterback. You have to have one quarterback, only allowed one. This is not a two quarterback league. This is not a super flex, although I do love those leagues. This is not a super flex league. You can have up to 2 or 3 running backs. If I have 3 running backs, I'm only allowed to have 2 wide receivers and 1 tight end. Okay, my tight end is in IR. That's why I don't have him clicked yet. I'm obviously going to throw him to the wolves, or maybe put him in IR once I get another tight end. So your roster limits, here we go with this. This is important. This is where we get invalid rosters. So if you're following along on the app, you should be in submit lineup. So this is the thing. You're only allowed to have 3 quarterbacks on your rosters, 7 running backs on your rosters, 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, 3 kickers, and 3 defense. Obviously, you should never have 3 defenses, and you should never have 3 kickers. You'll definitely get a text message from me just to I'll just be making sure you're okay. You know what I mean? Maybe a fever check, I don't know, but like definitely, I mean, if you have 2, that's cool, especially if you have a good kicker or a good defense and you just want to hold, that's fine. 3, I'm going to start getting worried. I'm going to start getting really worried. There's roster limits for a reason. These are obvious reasons. When you're in a deep league, a 14-team league, we're trying to keep as much chocolate in the candy store as we can. You know what I mean? We turn these things up, then it becomes a problem. Another roster thing that you have to remember is you always have to have at least 1 quarterback. You always have to have at least 2 running backs. You always have to have at least 2 wide receivers. You always have to have at least 1 tight end, 1 kicker, and 1 defense. For instance, I don't know if anybody noticed today, I put Irv Smith on the IR. I wanted to test it to make sure the system is still working the way it should be working, and that is if I put him in IR and my roster became immediately invalid, and I got an error. So he's in IR, and my roster had a huge warning on it, and it red flagged me as a commissioner. And what it does is, it basically, you cannot do anything. Like September 9th, 2 a.m. comes along and you have some blind bids in for players, it will not let you bid on those players. I mean, I'm sorry, it will let you bid. It will not let you get any players. It freezes you, dudes. So just remember this. This is important. Like if you have a trade, it will not go through. If you need to follow the rules when it comes to the rosters. Yes, Irv Smith is an IR. Sucks for me, right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and get a tight end first, and then I'm going to drop, or maybe I'll get a tight end free agent with Irv Smith. You can trade a tight end for a tight end. As long as a tight end's on your roster, you'll be able to do it. I can't put him in IR right now because it leaves me without a tight end. And it's a roster warning, which in turn will not let me pick up anybody. It just won't. That's just the way it is. Those rules are there for a reason. It sucks, man. I get it. It's hard. But let me tell you, if we didn't have those rules, we have vultures in this league, brothers. Vultures. No one would even carry a defense or a kicker until Sunday morning, maybe even Monday. And all these players would be, so many players would be locked because people would be picking up players and leaving players, and you would never see anybody. Trust me. There's players that have been playing fantasy for a very long time in this league, and these rules are set in place to make sure that doesn't happen, to make sure that everyone has the same chance to win, same chance at these players that everyone else does. So I know it's tough to deal with at first. Just remember, you always need to have those guys on the rosters. Yes, you can say you have someone on IR, and for instance, Michael Thomas was on IR and he got put on IR. I believe America's Fantasy Team put him on IR in Division One. Of course, he can put him in IR. He had plenty of receivers. He had at least 2 wide receivers on his roster still, so that's not a problem. There's no roster warning at all. So now he's free to pick up whoever he wants when it's time, once the waivers go through. All right, so let's get out of here. I'm wasting this, dude. I'm already like 20 minutes in, dude. This might take longer than I thought, you guys. And not only that, you guys are just staring at a screen right now. Jack Lambert, what's up, dude? Have you guys seen this guy's teeth now? They're fucking perfect. Perfect. Millions of dollars. That's what it does. All right, my team. We're back to my team again. Let's get back to my team on the app, you guys. Go back, hit if you're on the app, go back, hit league info, then hit league home, and we'll go back to my team. All right, the next thing in there is trades. This is where you're going to see any trades that are up, or any trades that are been proposed to you, or any trades that you offered. This is where you'll see it right here. You can also select a franchise to trade with right here. Straight up. You can click on anybody. Let's see. Oh, dude, let's click on Gorillas in the Mix. Let's just check out. Boom, it brings them both up, and then you can just fire away whatever you want. Oh, by the way, guys, trade expires. I like to do mine 24 hours just in case someone doesn't want to answer me, dude. Like, I don't want to sit there and wait 3-4 days. Someone gets injured. I'm tired of that happening. So I don't mess around. I do mine about 24 hours is what I set it to. And then I click propose trade. All right, let's go back again. My team. Head back to my team if you're on the app. I know you can do it. Trade bait. Oh man, trade bait's so cool, dude. I love it. You can just click it here, or it actually has its own little place over here. Look at this. It has its own little place. You click it and it'll show your trade bait and everybody else's right here in your division. It's not going to show anybody else's division except your own. Edit my trade bait. Just click on it and you can start editing your trade bait. Like if you want anybody else on the trade bait or whatever, what I'm looking for, whatever, save trade bait. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. You guys got this. Back to my team. Let's click it again. Minimize. Here's if you just click on printout, this is your roster. You also see warnings here too. This basically is like I was talking to you guys about roster warnings before. You'll see them here. I'm going to help you guys out with that. If I see something that's not right, I'm going to immediately tell you because I don't want you guys to get penalized in any way. There are different rules in this league, and we are a little bit more strict than other leagues, but it has to be that way. This is a deep league with some good players, man. Trust me, it needs to be that way. My watch list. This is a good one too. I mean, I don't have anybody on my watch list right now, but we'll actually go back to that because I think that's a pretty good one. Here we go with trade bait. We just did trades. We did trade bait. Add drop players. Now this is the most generic way to look at free agents. I had a question from Division 3, Ben, I believe. Just a question like, what's the best way to get, I think what he's looking for, like, what's the best way to, like, look for free agents, man? So this is alphabetical order. If you're in my team and you go alphabetical order, let me tell you right now, if you go right here, this is all alphabetical order. Now let's just say, now it works just fine. It works just fine. All you'd have to do is just say, let's say we want this Ahmed guy. Let's say Gaskin got hurt and you saw this Ahmed guy. You'd click him, and let's say, let's see, who would I get rid of here? How about Trey Lance? And then looky there. There's the blind bid amount. Dude, there it is. Just shows up. Max bid 200. So let's just say we're going to start here. If you're on the app, click Ahmed from Miami. He's a running back. He's the second running back, I think he is this RB2, so he is behind Gas. So somehow he's behind Gas, and this guy, you know, whatever. Let's just say we want to put for $20, 20.00. You can put comments in there if you want. I'm not sure if the comments are in there to be like talk shit if you win the bid. Like, I'm not, that one I don't get. But let's just go ahead and submit it. I had to click on him, and then I clicked on one of my players, Trey Lance. So you'd have to click on another player. How about in the comments we'll just put test to make sure this sucker works, right? So we're going to submit. What happens? Boom, you immediately see it. So you're still in the add drop section of the My Team, and right above it, you're going to see current waiver claims for Permane Brothers. Ahmed, Salvon, Miami running back, Trey Lance, quarterback, San Francisco. Of course, this is legit, right? Because I already have a quarterback. This is legit in every way. It's my bid amount's $20. If I'm the highest bidder, I would get him. Period. This is the most generic way you can to get a player. Just look him up alphabetically if you know what he is. There's way better ways, and I'm about to show you that right now. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And by the way, you can edit this too. We can just go ahead and edit. And you can just save waiver request. Looks like you can drop down and change the player you want to drop too. So looky there. You can change whatever player you want to drop. Let's save waiver request again. Let's go down here. Let's delete it. And there it is, deleted. So now it's gone. So you can put a bunch of them on there. And you know, hopefully you'll get one, or you know, hopefully you won't. It depends if you overpaid or not. Who knows, man? That's the greatest thing about Fab or blind bid waivers is there's so many different strategies. There's so many different ways to do it, and it's truly just a wonderful way to do it. So let's see. Here's top 10 free agents. Of course, there's nothing yet because no one's played yet, so we don't know what the top 10 free agents are, right? We don't know right now. Right now, before our first Thursday, which is September 9th at 2 a.m. when all of our blind bid waivers are going to go through, we don't know. We don't know who's going to be really good yet. You know what I mean? We're just going off of like what we think we know, what we're hearing from the media. Like, you don't really know. Your 5 newest news articles, it's going to mostly talk about the people on your team. If you have people on your watch list, which I do not, purposely I do not. I mean, I have about 20 guys on there that I had to take off because I know D1's going to be all over that shit. So like I had to take them off because they're going to be fucking looking at that shit, fucking screenshotting my ass. So like right now it's just showing what's going on with your players, and you know what I mean. And so like for instance, like it's always just going to show, and that's good to have, dude. But it's also going to show all the guys you have on your watch list, which is pretty cool, man. So you're going to have a lot of news articles, man. You're going to have a lot of different news articles, and you can view all news articles, and it'll look like this. All right, back to My Team. So that was just one generic way to do it, for sure. Okay. Here we go with message board. I mean, I just don't use it that much. I just basically what I do with you guys is Threads and now YouTube. So IR. All right, let's do it. So right now, look at, I have one. You always know with the guys that are you're eligible for IR is the box over here will be like this. Irv Smith is eligible for me, but it's not really eligible for me because I only have one tight end. If I had 2 tight ends, then yeah, I could just put them right on IR right now. Right now, if I did it, it would make my roster invalid, and it wouldn't let me do anything, and you don't want to do that. But yes, that's how you know if you have an IR guy. It goes off of the NFL team. If the NFL team puts him in IR, whether it's COVID IR, whether it's PUP, whether it's, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of IR, season ending IR, it does not matter. If they put them in, you can put them in. If they take them off, you need to take them off. Period. I'm telling you, if the player is activated off of IR and you still have them in IR and they play the game, you're going to hear about it for sure. Like, you need to activate that player with the NFL team. So just make sure you're aware of it. Sometimes it's tough nowadays, especially the way they do IR with COVID. That's why I got 2 IR spots, because they left that COVID IR in. So look, they activate them, you activate them. They deactivate them, you can deactivate them. That's how I want you to look at it. And I want you to be quick about it. You know what I mean? It shouldn't go over 24 hours, man. You should be aware of it for sure. All right. My team, let's see, my player news, my trophy case, nothing a big deal. I'm going to minimize it, right? So we went over all my options. You can do so much there. You can even add free agents right there. Generic way to do it, right? I'm going to show you guys a really good place right now to go after your free agents. Okay, we're about 31 minutes in already, dude. I'm sweating my balls off. I'm drinking a double bourbon. I mean, this has got to be the most boring tutorial of all time. I hope you guys are going along with it though, just because I want you guys to learn. I really do. I want everyone to be comfortable with the website. Go to news right here. So if you're on the app, man, go head back out, go to league tabs, news, hit it. Hit news. I put all these, everyone has the same stuff, man. Everyone has the same tabs in here, dudes. Okay, so everyone's always going to have the same stuff. Player search. You want to find a player? There's one right there. Minimize, like that. That's, week 1 schedule. Dude, it shows you the actual NFL schedule. You know what I mean? Weather, box score. Yes, please. Top 10 players. It's going to show you the top 10 performers in the league right now in fantasy. So you're going to see right there, if you want to see like after week 1 who's the top 10 performers, whatever. Yeah, that's it. This is the most important one right here. Let me minimize it, put it back. Most added players. So if I was in D3 or if I was new and I was looking for free agents, I'm going to be honest with you, man. This is probably the spot I'd go to. And I would go down to here, all most added, ALL most added, all most added. Click on that and it's going to go big on you right here. And if you noticed, let's just go to the first guy, for instance, Ty'Son Williams. I wonder how many people really have been paying attention to know what's going on there. You know what I mean? I know there's some D1 guys that are like, fuck you right now, Taylor. Like, you motherfucker, dude, shut up. But the truth is, like, does everyone know what's going on here? And if you look over here, there's something called an ad. And look, you look over here, it's locked. All these players are locked, man, until September 9th, 2 a.m. So if you want to add that guy and you want to do a blind bid on Ty'Son Williams, click the ad. There it is. It's already lit up for you. Let's see. Let's get rid of Trey Lance again. Oh, this guy's hot. This Ty'Son Williams is hot, man. Ty'Son Williams is hot. If people haven't been paying attention, is because he beat out Justin Hill. But the thing about it is, they're getting some mixed messages in Ravens camp that is he taking over Dobbins' spot, or is he going to be behind Gus Edwards? And Edwards, because Edwards has his own little thing he does. So is Edwards going to keep doing what he's always done? And then, but anyways, I don't want to piss off anybody else that I'm talking about this. But let's go with the $30 price tag. Seems pretty high to me, but who knows? Does anybody really know how high a blind bid would be? So I put in $30. Right? I'm going to get rid of Trey Lance. You got to get rid of somebody. You're only allowed 13 on your roster, right? Okay, unless you have 12, then of course you can just add them. You don't even have to worry about it. And then you can put that blind bid, put test in there again. And then we're going to submit it. Boom, there it is. Waiver claims for Permane Brothers. Test, comments. Okay, and there it is. There's the edit, there's a delete. It'll show up right there every time, and your ad drops. Okay, so let's go back to home. Let's see See if it shows up in my team. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Current waivers right here. It'll show you right here in your current waivers. So it'll always be right here on my team. Once again, my team comes up big. I mean, it has everything you need in my team right here. Okay. The thing it doesn't have is what the news had. The news, out of all things, had it. Why does the news have, dude? Where do you think the free agents are? News, man. It's media. We're trying to figure this out as fantasy people. What's the best one to do? You know what I mean? And so there it is, right here. If you go to my team, add drops, shows up, dude. I'm gonna delete it. All right. I'm probably going too fast for the app people now, dude. This is probably just getting ridiculously, and I don't know anymore. The double bourbons they're starting to taste really good. You know what I mean? So who knows? If I'm not enunciating correctly, dude, blame the double B. All right, let's go back to, why the fuck is it so hot in this house? We do have AC, right? Let's see, let's go back to news again. Most added players, man. And here it is, most drop players. So most added players, I mean, dudes, what a great place to start, man, right? If you're going to start, go to news, go to most added players. If you want to look at free agents, man, this is where it's at. Most added players. You're going to see some players that people already have. Oh, Callaway, look at Permane Brothers. Look at Gus Edwards, hookers and blow. Of course, everyone has Gus Edwards. Look at famous Jameis Winston Gorillas, and you can see people that already have stuff. Let's say I wanted to, let's go with Tony Jones. Interesting guy. Why? Who is this Tony Jones? Well, let's click on him. This happens when you click on a player. Possible backup to Kamara. So what they're trying to say is he's taken over Latavius Murray's spot. I mean, are these facts? We don't really know, man. We're going off of what the media is saying. A lot of them are going off of what the guys that are working local with, but at this point it's hard to say. But let's say he has, he has your interest. Tony Jones has your interest. You're interested, you're curious. Let's go ahead and add him to your watch list. Why not? I clicked watch list. Man, look at that. He's on my watch list. There it is. And then it says select players to add to your watch list. Like, you can put as many as you want on your watch list or whatever you want to do. But you can put those players on the watch list from anywhere. You just have to click on them. That's all you have to do is just click on them. In my team, you show up right here in your watch list. There it is. And you can edit your watch list. You can do so many different things in here. I think you're getting the point. We're just going to these 4 things right here, and there's so much you can do. And I haven't even gone up top yet. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to tonight, by the way. We're just doing these 4 right here. Main, my team, news, and game day isn't available because guess what? It hasn't started. What it'll give you though is live scoring from the games. And actually the app does a really good job, especially I think you go into the live scoring, but like there's like something where you go, I forget what it is. It's like in the right hand corner. I forget if it's like options or something. Let me see what it's called here. It doesn't matter. I'll explain that later. But anyways, that's where you'd be if you wanted to see scoring and stuff like that during the games on Sundays and on Thursday as well, and on Monday. So these 3 things right here: main, my team, news, free agents. That's the spot right here. That's the spot right here. I mean, what a great spot to start. You know what I mean? You could also do generic, just straight up alphabetical if you want to look for somebody. If you see someone on, if you listen to podcasts, or if you're, someone told you some information that's pretty good, you can just look them up alphabetically if you want. During the year, you could also go up here to, if you're on the app, before we do this, I didn't want to go up here, but if you're on the app, it would be league menu. Click it, and then we're going to go ahead and go to reports, scroll down, go to player, and then look at all this stuff during the year. Top passers, top rushers, top receivers, top kickers, top free agents. Now right now, I just clicked on top free agents. So if you want to do that in the app, it's you would go you would go reports, players, and then top free agents on the app. It's exactly the same. It's just that you have to click. It's just so much easier to do it on a laptop. I'm doing it right now on my phone to make sure that you can do everything on the app, and you can. This looks crazy confusing, but this is 2020 stats because obviously there's no 2021. Once 2021 starts, you're going to see it. But once again, this is another place you can get your free agents. Look at add. You'll notice they're locked. You'll notice the ones that aren't locked are NFL free agents. That's because you can't get them anyways. Everything has an add on it, man. That's another way to do it. So reports, player, top free agents. Here's that top ads, drops, starters. So here we go. I don't know if you guys have, this is another thing you click on. It's similar to top ads. As you see, it's the same thing, but it puts them side by side, most drop players, and you can go all the way down. And you can obviously set it up for any position. QB, click. Top added QBs. You'll see the percentage right here next to it. These are all great ways to get free agents. Great ways. Reports, player is a great way. You can go deep. You can go pretty deep, man. You can get into some stuff later on once the season starts. Right through here, it's pretty good. Reports also gives you a franchise, which will give you the blind bid report. If you go all the way down, which it's on the front page already. We already went over that. It's on the front page. That blind bid report, this just opens it up as a full page, but it's going to give you everything. It's going to tell you how much money everyone has, who they have, when they get them. You can go detailed. You can get a summary, last transaction, date, time. If you go summary, it'll separate them by divisions, which is kind of nice if you want to do that. So just remember that, franchise, blind bid report, and so forth. So what have we learned today? If you go home, get back to home, go to My Team. Man, you can get it all done here, you guys. You can get it all done here. You really can. If you go to news, if you just stay in these little fours, you can really get it done on these free agents. I'm telling you. You can add all these dudes to your watch list, man. All of them. And you know what? Let me just say this. If you're on My Team and you add all the guys that you're interested on your watch list, let me just say this. You can go in here. Excuse me. Let's go back. Let's go back to My Team. You can go right in here, and this list will go down. Like before I got on here, I had like 18 to 20 guys on here, and you can add them as free agents to your watch list. I want this Tony Jones guy. All right, let's do a blind bid on this guy. All right, so I got Tony Jones right there. He's already there. To add Tony Jones. Now I need to drop something because I have too many people. Let's drop. I wish I could drop Irv Smith. I can't. Let's see, Trey. Man, you guys must think I hate Trey Lance. I'm setting Trey Lance up right now. When he comes off, when he starts playing for San Francisco, he's going to be a fucking beast. And I'm already setting him up for a trade by me talking to you guys like this right now, by putting him on the drop the whole time, putting him on the drop, putting him on. I'm setting someone's brain up for failure right now on D1. They just don't know it. All right, so bid amount. Let's say Tony Jones. I think you could probably get him for $2, man. Straight up. Let's test it. Submit request. Boom. This is under add and drops. This is under add and drops. So if I wanted to go in there to My Team, add and drops, boom, there it is. It's right there, man. It's also under My Team. It has its own little area. So it'll have all your stuff right there so you can see it. This is pretty much, oh yeah, I don't think I went over pending trades. One trade awaiting commissioner approval. Who's that? So we have so pending trades, that's where you'll see pending trades. When it comes to voting on trades, I don't know if I wanted to do this right now, but all right, you go to communications up here at the very top. So if you're on the app, it's not going to be in, it'll be in league menu, league menu. So you're at league home, not league tabs, league menu. Go to communications, right? And then you're going to go down to league polls. And then there you'll see it. Stairway to Seven and Permane Brothers completed a trade. Stairway to Seven proposed a trade to Permane Brothers. Stairway to Seven will give Dallas Goedert tight end to Permane Brothers for Marvin Jones. Oh my God, I'm giving this guy a steal. 4 total votes. Just please vote on your division only. Don't make me have to like go look to see. Just vote on your division. At the end of it, after 48 hours, you have 48 hours to vote. After 48 hours, if there's 7 rejects, that vote is that trade is canceled. That's all there is to it. So if there's not 7, if there's 7 approvals, it's obviously good to go. If there's, first of all, I've never seen anybody reject any trade in this league. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. People need to vote. If you don't like a trade, if you think it's going to hurt your chances of winning, you should probably fucking vote. Seriously. I'm just letting you guys know right now. I know some people have different opinions on this. Like if someone is, willing to get, if someone's willing to get finessed or whatever in a trade, that's on them or whatever. But no, it's actually on you too, because this is a league where you're trying to win the game. So you should probably vote if you don't like it. If you like the thing, then approve it. I mean, it's that simple. We're all family, man. Any other leagues that I've ever had a trade rejected, I could care less. I respect it. If they don't like it, dude, that means you must have finessed the dude pretty good. You know what I mean? I have no problem with it whatsoever. And no one should, as long as we're voting. You know what I mean? Voting for the right reasons. You should be voting because you want to win. Period. That's what it's about. All right. What else we got? For owners, I think I went over pretty much everything on there. I think I'm going to go back to home. I'm going to show you one more thing to help you guys out, and that is with trades. First and foremost, I showed you guys the mobile thing. Set that up, but number 2 is if you want to like look at people's rosters, click on this tab right here on the rosters, and it's at the very beginning. Now in the app, you just go to the home page at the very beginning. Like I said, you click on the league info tile, then you click on league home at the very top, and then you're going to see, actually I don't see it, dudes. You know what, let me see, hold on. Yeah, see, that's different. It's different. Okay, this is the only thing that's different because it's going to be its own tile, and you just go to rosters and it's its own tile in the app, and that is like on the bottom left, I think second from the bottom. It's its own tile, and that is not very good compared to this. So this roster right here is going to break it down by divisions: Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. And this is what I do when I'm looking for something that someone I want to trade with. You know what I mean? I'm looking at what they got. You can look at all the teams in your division. You can see everything they have, everything you don't have, and you can try to work out trades that way. You know what I mean? And that's the best way to do it. I've always done it that way. It's just gone straight to rosters and done it that way. Instead of going one by one, I just go straight to rosters and start looking at teams. You know what I mean? And D1 is, there's just a couple guys that aren't struggling with running backs, but most of the guys are struggling with running backs. And I think everyone's trying to look for the same thing right now, and I'm pretty sure nothing's going to get done when that happens. But hey, that's why we do it, dude. This is not an easy league. But anyways, when you're here, you can switch to Division 2, whatever division you're in, and you can look at all these rosters. And it's just a really easy way to look at other people's rosters. Click on the roster button, and that's that. Dude, this must have been so boring, man. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I didn't know what else to do, though. I wanted to get a tutorial for you guys. D3 is so awesome this year. They're asking some really good questions, like, this is the best D3. This is the most questions I've ever. I love it, dude. Jason and I, when we first got this in 2019, we first talked about, we're like, hey, we just told everyone, hey, man, take a deep dive into it, get into it, and we did too. And once you really get into this website, man, it's really good. It's like really, really good. It's really deep and has a lot of info. And I hope I answered your blind bidding questions. The main thing is everyone needs to understand this. September 9th, blind bidding starts, right? So September 9th at 2 a.m., all the blind bids that you have in will be processed or not processed. If you have the highest bid on the player, it will be processed and you will have him, period. After everything is processed, all the blind bids, waivers, everyone is free. So there will not be any more locked players except for the players that were dropped for the blind bid. So if you, let's say I dropped Trey Lance for Deshaun Watson, Trey Lance would be locked until Sunday morning, 2 a.m. because he has to process through waivers. Once someone's released, they have to process through waivers. Everyone else, you're not going to see locked anymore. It's first come, first serve, 2 a.m. Dudes and D1 setting their alarm at 2 a.m. to get these guys first come, first serve. I don't know if they're going to do that anymore with blind bidding. If there is a tie in blind bidding, there is tiebreakers. So be aware of that. The main thing you need to know is it's dollar increments. There is no decimals. Everyone is free after 2 a.m. You need to have a good strategy for blind bidding. You need to look into Fab a little bit. Just do a little bit of research. We have 7 days from when I'm doing this video. Actually, 6 days from when I'm doing this video. Look into it, man. You guys, there's so many different strategies to do this. You have $200 to last you through the playoffs, fantasy playoffs. Fantasy playoffs this year are week 15, 16, and 17. So you need to make that $200 last or not. You know what I mean? It's up to you. There's a lot of different strategies when it comes to that. So this is the fairest way to do it. It's making our league evolve even more. I'm so glad we're doing it. It's going to be interesting to see the first Thursday. I'm sure we're going to see some crazy shit. But dudes, that's what it's all about. That's what we want to see. Now, if you did do a bid and you didn't win the bid, it will not show anybody that what you bid. So let's say you got outbid, it won't show. It won't show that. It's only going to show the person that won the bid. Period. If there's any more app questions because you guys couldn't keep up with it or it wasn't making any sense, I went over all the things that you could do in the app that is the same as if you had a computer or a PC or Mac. Same exact thing. These 4 right here, you can get a lot done. I showed you that right away, right? Free agents, Ben, here you go, brother. That's the spot. That's the spot right there. The most added. You're going to look at why people, I mean, all you got to do is click on them and you'll start figuring out why these people are getting added. You know what I mean? Or if not, you can go find more information on them in any media. And fantasy media is everywhere now. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. You guys can find info on it if you really need. But yeah, this is how I do it. I mean, add them to your watch list and add them and then go from there. Once you add them to your watch list, you can do a lot of different things. Man, this is a long video, dudes. All right. Good luck, everybody. Please watch this video when you have a fucking hour to watch a video of a screen of teaching you how to do shit, which no one has, but maybe just split it up over the next 2 days. But let me know if you guys need any more help with anything else, and we'll go from there. All right, brothers and sisters, Shark 32. Tear it up. Good luck, and there are no bad questions in this league. You can ask anything. There's no dumb questions, whatever. Just ask whatever you want. All right. Later, guys.